All right, fam, there's the war going on and there is FOMC happening today and my computer didn't work, so that's why we've been late and everything is like kind of, you know, just losing it. And so I want to give you a little bit of a navigational path in this market that looks like shit, to be very honest with you. Like, it's horrible. Looking at this, it's horrible, but it's been expected. I thought we're gonna have a little bit of a dumpy road here. We do have the bottom in on the daily. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about news. We're gonna talk about the war between Israel and Iran and the US involvement. We're gonna talk about the FOMC, what the expectation is, how it can evolve, what can really happen today and going forward throughout the year. And then we're also gonna talk about the Genius Act that passed. Why is it relevant? Why is it important? And I brought you a bunch of other cool stuff. Now, if you're here and if you have not smashed that and obliterated the like button yet, I think you're making a mistake. So please do that. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe, and the way I design these shows is that this is the only show you need to watch every single day to be up to date with the market, so you can have a conversation about it. I bring you trades on the shows like this. I give it to you all live here for free. I write threads on my X that helps you keep up to date with the market and learn about things that you might not have known before. And I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna close it here. All right, guys, who is here? Who is here? Let me know in the chat. Also, do not forget to smash and obliterate the like button if you are here. My chat is frozen here as well. That's not a surprise. No tech works here. I'm 3 days in my fast, by the way. If you're wondering why am I a little bit itchy, I haven't eaten for 3 days now. I'm doing a water fast, which is nice, but I mean, come on, man. So I wonder what it is. What is weekly? That's nice. Nice t-shirt, Fefe. Thank you so much. Nice shirt. Thank you. Oh yeah, present. Good. Wow, so positive attitude, right? I love it as well. I can be not so positive. I'm positive every single second of every single day. Finally, I can be not that positive. Okay, we need 100S Club G-Spot perpetuals. I don't know what G-Spot you're looking at, but I mean, morning fam, smash them likes, 20 hours in myself. Great, J Mizzle, I'll give you a big shout out. 20 hours in myself, good, still bearish. I'm not bearish, I've been bullish the entire time. But I am a little bit bearish now. We're gonna talk about it. You are a lucky shirt. Yes, you know it if you know it. Nearly time for Jito again. I agree. Okay, let's go, guys. Bunch of things to talk about. One is Israeli media reports that the US is likely to join the war against Iran. Now, there has been speculation we've been talking about whether this is going to happen, whether the US is going to enter, whether they are not going to enter, and how would that impact. This is the thing that I've been dealing with. Like, I bring this up and it just has this flashbang every time, so bear with me here. Now, Trump has shifted his tone, okay? So I've been saying for quite some time that I think the US will not join, but because everything shifted and Israel basically eliminated Iran and they're ruling the airspace and whatnot, Trump came out with a statement yesterday and he said, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but he's safe there. We're not going to take him out. Brackets kill, just so if you don't know what take him out means, if you have not seen the interview, well, you have to watch that movie, at least now for now. But we don't want missiles shoot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patient is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Our patience is wearing thin. Then he goes out and it says unconditional surrender. Now, what is interesting is that Iran has been very clear on the fact that if the US gets involved in any way, it would be very bad, right? It would be a recipe for all-out war in the region. But Trump has been very vocal for a long time on he wants Iran to make a deal. And Iran didn't move. And for 60 days, he gave them 60 days ultimatum. I told about it on the show the other day. 60 days ultimatum, and the firings and the rockets, everything started on day 61. Okay, so what is interesting here is that Trump is shifting his tone. Here's what he said in one of his interviews now. So like, what are you looking for? I don't know if you can hear it, but so what are you looking for in the whole situation? And it's like an end, not a ceasefire, but a real end.
An end. So something that will be permanent. Yeah, or giving up entirely.
It's like, would that be something permanent? Yeah, giving up. And here is where I think he shifted his tone.
I've been negotiating. I told him to do the deal. They should have done the deal. Their cities have been blown to pieces. They've lost a lot of people. They should have done the deal. I told them do the deal. So I don't know. I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate now.
So he's like, I told him to do it, and it's actually true. He's being very vocal about it. You gotta do the deal. You gotta do the deal. You can't have nuclear weapons. You can't have nukes. And he's just like, you know what? And look at it, like he's tired. Like, look at him. He's like, I'm not in the mood of negotiation. Like, I don't give a crap. These guys are completely eliminated. Everything is basically destroyed. And like, I'm not in the mood of negotiations. And this is what you see as well. The Supreme Leader says we will never compromise with Israel. So it's kind of clear now that Iran is not going to do a deal, even though I personally thought as well that they are going to. But no. So the response is what? U.S. strikes in Iran are on the table, including nuclear facilities, according to 2 senior White House officials. But not only that, they're moving in the bombers. So they moved in the bombers way closer to the Middle East, currently stationed on 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗪 Island in the Indian Ocean, and they're moving in equipment and preparing the U.S. bases in the Middle East for a potential attack, but a potential defense as well. Now, the Wall Street Journal reported that Israel has a plan to actually destroy the Fordo nuclear facility, which is on the ground. So that's what the whole thing is going about. Nuclear seem to not have the capability of destroying the underground nuclear facilities that are 200 meters on the ground, right? And so the U.S. would be, so to say, dragged into it by providing the bombers that are going to, or that are positioned near the Middle East and do have the equipment to and the bombs to destroy these facilities. And this is how the U.S. would, so to say, be dragged into the whole thing. Now, what is interesting is that Iran is just keep pushing this narrative of Israel's made a mistake. It will be, consequences, and they say that it will be, Israel will be inhabitable. And so Iran is pushing this narrative. At the same time, we see allies basically abandoning them. So you see Putin, who's been, big ally of Iran, is withdrawing support for the Islamic Republic of Iran. So we do see Putin moving away. We do see allies moving away. And at the same time, we do see the US moving closer and closer and closer. There's not much left, to be very honest with you. Like, if we really want to look at their chain of command is disabled. I mean, not disabled, but like killed, right? So there is no chain of commands. There are some missiles left, but like whatever, 50%, 60% of the missiles have been either fired or destroyed. They don't have personnel. They don't have air bases. Can you send me the video? Like, I think we can even find it. It's actually a very, very crazy video to see. I don't know if you have actually seen this video. I should have had it up here, where they're flying over. So Israel's fighter jets are flying over Iran, broad daylight in a formation, but not one, but like 20, 40 of these. I think if TJ will find it, he will send it in. I'm gonna show you. It's actually a wild video. Israel airspace Iran. Let me see if I can find it like this. Let me see if I can find it like this. No, I can't. Whatever, it's fine. We'll just get the video in if TJ is going to send it in. Otherwise, I'm just going to show it to you. It's actually quite crazy video to see it happen. So that's about the war. Where does that leaves us? Well, first of all, I think it leaves us with the fact that I am pretty confident the US, one way or another, is going to get involved. I wanted to show you one more thing that wasn't here. I'm sorry about not getting this up here, but this is actually super interesting. Look at this clip. This will blow your freaking mind out, bro. Have you seen this clip? I forgot to include it here. This clip is insane on the US involvement weather, Listen to this.
I don't know the population at all.
Ted Cruz, senator, he's like, Republican, right-wing, bomb Iran. That's the Look at the discussion that's taking place. This interview is coming out today. I'm gonna be keen on listening to this. Listen to the interview snippet. If this shit would load. I need vodka in this thing, to be honest.
I don't know the population.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
Shit.
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay,
it's not even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who claims.
This guy is calling to overthrow the government, by the way. Like, this guy is calling for the US to be like, you know, and he does not know the population. He does not know the ethnicities. He does not know, I mean, I'm not saying he does not know anything about it, but Tucker is calling him out clearly. It's actually kind of wild.
The country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that,
we're carrying out military strikes today.
You said.
Listen to this. This is the crucial part. Listen to this. Listen to this. He's like, we're carrying out military strikes today. Listen.
Israel was.
Right.
He's like, I thought Israel was. Don't load now. Come on. This is the most exciting part here.
Out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right. With our.
You said Israel was, and then he realizes that he screwed up. And this is a senator in the US, guys. There are stakes here. Listen.
I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Fefe denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
this is
Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
It's crazy. So I think it's kind of out there. It's kind of clear that the US is involved already. And this is the reason why it's also important to bring it here, is because I don't think that this will have a major impact if it will become confirmed. Now I want to show you this though. TJ found the clip as well. This is mind-blowing. This clip is mind-blowing. Like imagine, like it's still, we're talking about it, depending on where you are. This is not what I wanted, and I hope we don't get a strike for this, TJ. I was looking at the ones that flying over. Anyway, so the reason why it's important is because these are two separate countries, and one country is able to have 50 fighter jets flying over another country because they are so down. Basically destroyed. So anyway, well, this is something that we have to consider, but I do think this thing is out there. I do think that this thing is out there, and I do think that the US is already kind of involved, and it's kind of like clear. So I don't think that will have a major negative impact on the market. Yes, there could be a little bit of a dip, but even if the US, so to say, officially gets involved, I don't think Putin is out, the allies are out, people want revolution in Iran. I do think that it is going to be and obviously heart goes out to all the people who are suffering, and it's not good. I'm saying from the market's perspective, I do think it's going to be a nothing burger. All right, and this is why the market's not moving at all. Exactly. Damn, he didn't see that coming, man. Feel for the guy. Yeah, it's. I mean, I kind of feel for the guy, and I kind of don't feel for the guy. Like, I mean, if you're a senator and you're calling to occupy a country and you don't know nothing about that country, that's kind of like a problem, So I do see. And I'm surprised. This is exactly. I'm surprised that Tucker went after him. I agree. And it's big. Okay. So I say Fefe doing great news. Thank you so much. Better than Ren Nuna. Send it to him on the show. Thank you. No, but Ren is doing much more deep dives and much better stuff on that. But I'm coming. I'm up and coming. But guys, the way I said it. I positioned this show in a way that you don't have to watch anything else. You can be up to date. We're gonna move on to the FOMC because that's news as well. But I just wanna tell you that if you want to follow me on X, there is a link in the description. You can follow me there. It's completely free. I share with you everything, stuff like this. I literally just told you to buy 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗙, and they were up massively. Then in the Telegram, which I'm going to talk about as well, I guided you through what I'm doing exactly. There's a link in the description to the free Telegram as well, to my X, everything. So check that out. That said, next topic up is FOMC. Yeah, FOMC. That's what's up. So the most boring fucking day in the fucking month. No, but this is going to be interesting here, and I'll tell you why. It's going to be interesting because every number is, so FOMC is happening today, right? They basically, I'm not gonna deep dive into this because we talked about it a couple of times, but you can chat GPT very fast. they basically decide what the interest rate should be in the US, and that dictates what the interest rate, I mean, not really dictates anymore, but that has a ripple effect on the world as well. But most importantly, the US economy. So if the interest rates are high, businesses don't borrow, risk assets don't fly, people don't invest. And if the rates come down, because we see inflation coming down, therefore they stimulate the economy, and that's very good for risk assets like crypto, like stocks, so on. Now the rates are very, very high. We're up at 4.5%, right? It's 45 basis points. So what we want to see is we want to see this go lower. Now, what is interesting is that obviously I mean, not so obviously, but the current rate is 425, 450, and there is no 99.9% agreement that this is not going to be moved lower. There will be no rate cuts happening today. You might be thinking, okay, so this is like a nothing burger. This is not loading either. Why would it? I'm so fed up with tech today, bro. Tech as well. It's not even, I can't even scroll. It's Safari, by the way. Safari, you're doing a shit job. Like Apple, shame on you. Shame on you for having Safari left abundant like this. But today I'm gonna just switch to Chrome because it's just horrible what Safari does. Anyway, it's going to be the next Explorer. So if you look at this, the dot plot was that there should be, by the end of the year, there should be a lower than, so the majority agrees that there should be a 3.75 to 4% interest rate, okay? So that means if we are sitting at 450, we're sitting at 4.5%, for the FOMC to be able to reduce their interest rate to 3.75-4, they need to cut like 75 basis point in the next 4 or 5 months, which is kind of crazy. So even if there is no hawkishness, even if there is no cut today, which is most likely not going to happen, there should be some kind of dovishness, which means bullishness, right? So JP, to some extent, if there was no Iran-Israel, I believe there could be a possibility for a cut today. But it is happening, and there is uncertainty, and uncertainty is never good for the market, especially not for inflation. We're going to talk about that in a second. But in general, I do think that we could have a cut, but the uncertainty regarding the war is there. But what we could see is a dovish Fed. Why? Inflation is coming down. So if you look at inflation from January, from 3% basically coming down to 2.3 in April, and then have an uptick here in May, 2.4. But we have to see, this is probably because of the tariffs that we've seen, because what we already forgot, because now we have more to talk about. But in general, there were the tariffs, which is coming in at 2.4. There is an uptick here, but in general, it's down massively from the January highs. Unemployment is up. Meaning, again, what they want to do, they want to slow the economy down. This is why they increase rates. So if you look at this, unemployment is up from January drastically. And so that's also a great indication that the rates should be cut. Yes. And then there is, I don't know why. Yeah, what is it? TJ sent the video. Okay, TJ sent the video. Yeah, I want to show you this video, guys. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one. Look at this. Oh no, this is not the one. This is still not. Okay, TJ is fired as well today. The latest one. Just click on the latest one. Brother, these guys are. What are you guys doing? Are you? What are you guys doing? It's like click on the latest one. You sending me fucking 50 links here? Jeez, what's happening here, bro? The man trying to do a show here and getting. Are you gonna send me some OnlyFans links as well? Don't mix that. That's the one. Yeah, give it up for TJ and Cuz. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you. It took you 7 minutes. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, so this is the one that I wanted to show you. This is Iranian airspace with Israeli fighter jets. Like, imagine in your country this is happening. Like, imagine what power do you have left. This is straight out embarrassing. How many fighter jets are there? 10, 20, 30 fighter jets. Look at this. It's flying over like this. Broad daylight. So that's how much Iran is down. Like, very down. Okay. So let's go back to this. Interest rates. Let's go back to this. So unemployment is up. But the only problem is what can happen is this oil dilemma, right? So if oil prices start, so there is the headlines that S&P 500 index could risk sinking 20% if inflation spikes on the back of higher oil prices. Now, I want to address this because I think it's important. There are statistics that show that in fact, so the US has been net importers of oil, but not anymore. They're net exporters of oil, which means that they produce enough oil by themselves to export it to other countries. That means that an estimate $10 increase in the WTI, which is like a crude oil index, would result about a 0.3% CPI inflation reading. So every $10. Now, what is interesting, as I said, is that since 2015, they have been exporters, not importers. What is interesting here is that JP Morgan said that they believe that prices could hit $130 per barrel if the scenario plays out with the 𝗙𝗟𝗡𝗙 channel, right? Where 20% of all oil goes through. Now, I hope you're still with me. If you take that $130 barrel and you multiply it with the projected inflation, CPI could come in at 3.9% in June, which is not going to be now, but in June, so meaning in July. So that could be prolonged potentially. If you look back at this data here, not this one, but this one, not this one, but this one. If you look back, that would be horrible. But the reason why it's important for me to address this, because it's almost, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's close to impossible, even if the 𝗙𝗡𝗙 channel is closed, for the oil prices to double overnight and therefore bring inflation back to 4%, and then therefore the Fed doesn't cut. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's almost impossible. And Trump sees it as well, or the government sees it as well. So they are obviously working towards in every country. So if you look at Putin, if you look at Russia, if you look at China, China would be in a big, China, I don't know what was the last time when I impersonated Trump, but China would be a big trouble as well. It was also, so to say, the ally of Iran. So Trump and the US is doubling down on the amount of oil through Alaska's pipeline, which is basically sending the oil through that they extract in Alaska. So everybody's preparing for this, and I do think that where does this whole thing leave us with? It leaves us with an FOMC today, which probably is going to be a nothing burger. Probably there 99.9% there will not be a rate cut. There will not be a raise either. And there will be a JP who will say the Iran and Israel war, the news conference is going to be the very relevant thing, because that's where questions will come in and people will ask about what he thinks about the Iran-Israel situation. How does he see it unfold? How does he see it impact inflation? That's going to be very interesting. But in general, I do expect a dovish Fed, and I do expect the JP to go out and say, hey, we actually see all the numbers aligning. The only last, he's not going to say the last uncertainty, but he's going to hang tight on this uncertainty of Iran-Israel, and he's just going to say, hey, we need to sort the situation, and if that is sorted, we are going to see a cut this year. And I can tell you, and this is what I've been saying in the Telegram as well, that this can be the last major opportunity to start purchasing, because one, if US joins the war, it's not really a war, it's basically an elimination that already happened. If US officially joins, I don't think that will have like a massive impact. Two, the Iran-Israel situation is out. Two, all the numbers point at a cut. Three, 𝗙𝗏𝗏 said that we need to go down sub 4% interest rates, which would mean 1% cut, basically, or 75 basis point cut from today till the end of the year, which is again like it's I don't even know when. Let me see when the meetings are happening. Where is it? They have one in July, September, October, November. So if they cut, imagine this, if they cut, so they have 4 more meetings left to cut. If they cut 25 basis point on each, they have to cut on almost every single one of these FOMC meetings. That's crazy. And it's extremely bullish. Q will start, we'll see how it goes. Guys, for those of you who are tuning in, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe. I bring you the news. This is the only show you need to watch a day. I summarize everything and you're good to go for the day. I know everybody's busy. In half an hour, 45 minutes. I still have one thing up in my sleeve, which I want to show you. I'm going to run through some of the stuff that happened. Then we're going to jump into charts. Until then, don't forget to subscribe and like the show. I see we have, cause I'm leaving, we have 800 people watching and 233 likes. Is that really happening? Burning my eyes, cause is that really happening? Does it work? I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm coming to do a show. And people don't like it. The audacity, you know. Iran was the most beautiful country in the Middle East before 1979. Just Google before. I agree. Islamic Republic ruined everything. And now that seems to be, you know, coming back. Could be interesting. They will prolong it like Ukraine and Russia. There is no reason to prolong it. They don't want to prolong it. Nobody wants to prolong it. Iran, Libya was beautiful too. A good time to short. No. Libya, like the show always. We'll go back there hopefully for all the people. Yes, like why my message isn't showing up. There's always someone. What is the name of the guy who was saying that he's all in? What was that guy who was coming on the show and saying like he's all in and he heard it on other shows and... Anyway, I hope you're watching. Okay, let's go. I wanted to tell you one thing. We have a partner here on the channel. They called 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙. One of the best things that I've seen in the past while. Seriously. What they do is that, I don't know about you, but I have about 100 emails. And I'm that serious. Like I need to clear that, by the way. But I have about 100 emails. Spam shit that they sell my data to, you know, you get data leakage and whatever that is. They package that, they make a profile of you and they sell it to scammers. That's what they do. Now, what 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙 did is that they have access to 230 databases, which they can legally request to remove your data from. And so what they do is that you simply subscribe. It's like basically nothing. It's like 10 euros a month or something like that. You get 60% off if you use the link in the description, because it's going to pin it in the chat. And anyway, so they remove it for you in your behalf. You have to sign up. It's very simple. Then you can select a family package or whatever that you might want. You can even select a specific removal. There is someone who bugs you all the time and you know who they are. You can just put that in. They'll remove you from that system. It's absolutely incredible. Genuinely, go and check them out. 𝗏 put it up here. There is 𝗏 is getting fired anyway. 𝗏 is fired. Maybe that's why. 𝗏 is going to put it up here. He's still looking for it. Before the show, I told 𝗏, look, it's too long. 𝗏 didn't know that. He doesn't do it every single day, so it's fine. So anyway, you can check that out and yeah. So saying as an excuse, any updates on Astronova? No, but it has to come today. No, but it has to come this month or next month. Thanks for the show. You're welcome, welcome. So 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙, go and check it out. Click here. Genuinely check it out. I truly, hand on my heart, believe this is one of the best services I've seen. It's very useful, very cool, solves a real problem. It's really cool. Anyway, check them out. Until then, we're just gonna watch the flashbang. A new thing is the Genius Act has passed. I'm super happy about this because we've been talking about it for a while. The Senate passed the Genius Act, which is the instructions and the legalization and the legal framework creation for stable coins in the United States, which is going to be essential when it comes to onboarding retail. So this has passed now. It goes into the House. They have their own bill, which is called stable. So what they need to do, they kind of need to find synergies, and then it can go to the president, which is going to be extremely bullish for the market. Next one up, European Commission says that that they do have the EU and the US trade talks on the way. We should not forget that. They will probably finish it before the end of before the beginning of the summer break. So Germany to finalize trade deal as well before the end of summer, which is very bullish as well. I'm sorry for the flashbang, it's shit. Recent reporting projects, the stablecoins could grow to 3.7 trillion. So Besen says that that stablecoins can grow to 3.7 trillion. These are becoming like these are becoming very serious projections. That means the total crypto market cap is 2.7 trillion. And if you think about the fact that 2.1 trillion, 2.2 trillion, I don't know exactly where we are in that. If we are projecting 2 times the size of the entire industry on stablecoins alone, imagine where the industry is going to be. It's absolutely bullish. And no wonder that a lot of the companies and a lot of the big players are moving into the space. JP Morgan announced that they are going to launch a JPMD, a USD deposit token for institutional clients. They use Base for it, but it is happening. And JP Morgan also met with the crypto task force in the US crypto task force, the government crypto task force, to discuss the potential of impact of existing capital markets activity migrating to public blockchains. Now, this is, I'm not saying they're afraid, but they want to utilize what is happening and bring Web 2 into Web 3. Absolutely bullish. Okay. Okay, what else do we have here? Coinbase seeking SEC approval to offer blockchain-based stock trading. Again, RWAs are coming, gonna be a big play. We're gonna look at it. Thailand, shout out to my Thai brothers and sisters for approving a tax waiver. You don't have capital gain tax on crypto in Thailand. We gotta move. We gotta move to Thailand, bro. That's what we gotta do. And then VNEC ETF is now listed at the DTCC, which is the clearinghouse for the settlement. So last time when you could have seen this was back in May 2024, when there was the exact same thing happened with the ETH ETF. And guess what? This was May 2024. Holy shit, May 2020, 2024. Okay. So that one happened, and what happened after that in July 22nd, 2 months later, is the approval of the ETF. So I put the Solana ETF approval to about August, September. That's when I think is going to happen, and I do believe it is going to happen. That's it for today. We're going to look at the charts now, but the news is out. I think you're up to date. It was a big one, 30 minutes, but it's fine. If you're still here, let me know. Are you guys still here or sleeping? Let me know in the chat. Taylor Swift. Yes, I can do that. Smash them likes. Don't forget to check $1 Billion Hustle. Yes, so we do have the $1 Billion Hustle here. Cuz is going to link it or chat it or just put it in the pinned comments. Cuz is going to do it, but this is the vlog. This is my vlog. I cover my life. If you want to see why I'm itchy today, next week's episode is going to be about that as well. What's happening, how the fast is going. I visited... we started school, visited the States with so much shit happening, interviewing Grant Cardone and people like that. So I think this is, by the way, this guy is the guy who was responsible for onboarding Wall Street. He digitalized stocks. Like everything you use today is coming from this guy. His name is Oscar. Big ass shout out to him, OmniTrades. And I had spent some time with him. It's all in the vlog. There's a link in the description, but also Cuz made sure to pin it just right here. So go and check out the $1 Billion Hustle. And now let's look at the markets. Now here's what's happening. First of all, I said that I am short. So in the Telegram, if you're not in the free Telegram, I don't actually know what you're doing. But anyway, I said here that I am taking a hedge short. And the hedge short started playing out, and then I said my short is a hedge. I'm not concerned about being stopped. If it gets stopped, this means that we're going up and printing, but do not want to close it immaturely. Going to sleep now, good game. And then I just, left all the notes here. You can see it in the Telegram. There's a link in the description. But here's how my trade's looking. Not looking good, bruv. Not looking good, bruv. Only tough people last. You know that? Do you know that that video? Okay, let me find that. I don't know if I should do this now, but I will do it. I'll do it. Tough people last. There we go. Look at this. This is last. This is my message to people who are a little bit under on their portfolios. This is the message.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
So if your portfolio looks like this, well, that's happening. Anyway, so this is my portfolio that I open here in Bluefin. You do have an Athena long down 1,000. I'm definitely adding to that long. Why not? I do have, let me just see this. I do have an ETH short, which is pretty good. But again, this is like a hedge for me, so it's a small hedge. Tau down as well, it's fine. Bitcoin down a little bit. Obviously, Bitcoin is outperforming. Jito doesn't care. I'm going to look at Jito chart because I think it's worth to add. And I am going to start looking at adding to these positions. And I do think that you should be thinking to do the same as well. That said, let's look at the chart. So ultimately, here's what I'm thinking. Unfortunately, we can go lower, okay? So my very TLDR, if anybody has to go take a pee or whatever you might have to do, here's the short TLDR. This level here, this has to hold. This is the 3.1 trillion, 3.09 trillion on the total market cap. This is the daily low. This should hold in my opinion, okay? Why? Because we came all the way down here. We retested the 50% as you see from this is the range. We came back to the 50 and from there we made a very strong market structure shift. Technically, this means we should hold this level, okay? We should hold this level. Now, if we don't hold this level, that is a problem because then we come all the way down here to the 2.96 trillion, which is the next area where I think things are going to happen, which would be another like 3, 4, 5% drop, about 10% drop on the total, 20, 30% possibly on the token. So I don't want that to happen. But ultimately, I'm layering into the positions and I do think that this should hold. What can happen is we can liquidate this low here, which would make sense. This could be a liquidity inducement trap, which means that more, everybody who is long in places their stop losses right around these levels. And so what can happen is that we liquidate it, we come all the way down here. A possible reversal area could be this 3.14 trillion mark, and then reverse from here. One thing you want to look for is a 15-minute market structure shift. This is what you want to see. Once that happens, and if you're not long in, please never come back to the show because you're not learning. So please, 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 when we get down, if we liquidate and we show a market structure shift, please long. This can happen, not financial advice, this can happen on FOMC, before FOMC, after FOMC, we will see how this thing is happening. On the contrary, unfortunately, if we start pumping and we come all the way back to the 3.29 trillion, I do think that is a short if we do see a lower low form. So it can happen that we pump into the FOMC, we do show a market structure shift and we can come lower. We will hedge short that and possibly close some positions. I'm gonna update you in the Telegram. Talking about the Telegram, guys, I know I'm not really pushing this stuff, but it is completely free alpha, cause you know what to do. So I'm saying, see, watcher grew, only people lasts. Tough time never lasts. Only people lasts. Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta join the Telegram. It's completely free. Like I'm telling you, it's free. And I share with you everything I'm doing. These are all the trades we took together. I'm guiding you through what I do with my own money. You can do whatever you want. You can follow, you cannot follow, but it is stupid not to click onto the pin chat, on the live chat, and join the Telegram. I'm gonna wait. Because do you think tough time lasts? So Cuz is also on a 3-day off fasting. This is my 3rd day. Pump this market enough, Fefe. I agree. The go-to trades. Will Sol tank after ETF approval? I think so. But I think Sol has 100% on it. I genuinely mean it. There's your Telegram. Guys, it's pinned. It's literally here. It's in the pinned comment. But if you don't know where to find it, I'll show you. You can just go into the show. Oh, hold on a second. You just go into the show. Why is it that I can't find crypto live? It's just beyond me. I'm live. I can't find crypto live. Show. Imagine that. Anyway, you can just go under the show here. You find Incognito here. You find Blowfin, where I'm trading non-KYC, available worldwide. You don't need VPN. They costed a third party. It's a no-brainer to use Blowfin. I love Blowfin. I really do. And you see all my socials here. And here it says, join Fefe's Telegram. Could say free, but I'm telling you it's free. Okay. So let's go here. Chat. What else do we have here? ETH short, open. I do see it coming all the way up 2.63. It can happen. I'm gonna add to the hedge short. Solana. Solana is bleeding badly, but I do, again, like the same thing happens here. Like I think this has to hold. If it doesn't, Solana is going down to 120, 135, 125, something like that. BNB, I do see BNB a great buy, 636. Again, just clear it out and then just move on. Doge is bleeding out. I am not happy about this. Systems are breaking. Massive thing is breaking here. That's not looking good, bruv. Sui is, again, so Sui is good for layering in 2-3x levers. Look at this. The bottom of Sui is like 30% from here, and this looks incredible. You have elevator up, which is a very impulsive move, and a very slow bleed buckery down. This comes back 50%. You have to long if you see a market structure shift, and we are going to see it even on a 4-hour chart, which is going to be very, very cool. AVAX, nothing there. Link, come down here at like 11.5 would be incredible. Tron, I see dip all the way, 25 would be incredible. Ripple, building up liquidity. I do think that we're gonna have a dump here down to the 1.86. Cardano, not interesting. I wanted to show you Tau, so I wanted to get an entry on Tau. I'm super happy about my entry. I will layer into Tau. Why the same situation happens here? I do think Tau needs to come back 50, and it will come back 50 here, down here at 322-ish, and that could be a great opportunity for you to start layering in. Athena is incredible risk reward. I mean, look at this. Like, this is insane. Like, getting this risk reward is just wild, wild, wild. This is how I would take. Athena is going back to all-time highs. Look at this liquidity. This is just what I'm thinking. Another thing that I'm looking at, Aptos. Let me see. Another thing that I'm looking at, Aptos, again, same thing. Look at this rally here from this weekly OB, actually. Weekly and day. This is like a no-brainer. If you see Aptos on spot here is a no-brainer. I invested. I love it. Project, great stuff happening. Fast, secure, institutional. Very, very cool. I do think this can get liquidated if you go onto the hourly chart. I would think the bottom here is like 4.1, but even if it liquidates down, I don't think it's gonna dump that much. But even if it dumps like 15%, 360, it's a no-brainer buy in my honest opinion.
Unemployment rates claims in 1 minute.
Unemployment claims. Okay, let's do it. One minute. Okay, let's do it. Should we take a 100x leverage long? I mean, it's gonna come in lower. It's gonna come in lower. It's not. I'm pretty confident. It's gonna come in lower. Okay, it's gonna come in lower. Let's see. Forecast. What are we looking at? Forecast is higher. 240. No, unemployment. No, it's gonna come in higher. Sorry, it's gonna come in higher. So it's gonna be 320. 320. That's what I'm saying. Let's see the market. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin. Yeah, I think it's going to come in. I'm not sure if it's going to impact the market at all, to be honest. If it will come in higher, and that will be a good opportunity for us to close some longs before FOMC if we want to. I think that is what's going to happen here. Let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Who is excited? Anybody excited in the chat? The Telegram is fire. What did you say about Sol? Said it can come lower. We'll see, but it will go 100% in the next 3 months, I think. Okay, let's go. What's happening here? Let's go. Market, Bitcoin is reacting a little bit. Pending. What's happening here? Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Cause. Okay, Bitcoin dumping. Did it come in lower? Why is it pending so much? What's happening here? 245. Okay, coming a little bit lower. That's not that good. Not that good. Okay, well, I mean, we'll see. This just helps JP to do it, but they probably have it all figured out now. It will not really impact. The difference is not that big. Forecast was, what is it? Previous was 248. Okay, so it comes in lower. Okay, that means the boom in economy. So that means that it's not the best, but it's not that big of a difference. Bitcoin is taking a nosedive, of course, but it's fine. I think if we liquidate down here, it can be a retest. If you look at it on a 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart here, by the way, this is a session liquidity as well. So if you see we liquidated Asia, we have a higher high here. Is that it's not a valid higher high, so it doesn't matter. We can go a little bit lower. Down here, 104 is the daily bottom, I think, and then from there on we can have a little bit of squeeze, and then we just decide from there. I am going to update you in the Telegram. Guys, truly appreciate you. Come back tomorrow as well. We'll do a show. Thank you so much for bearing with me, for liking the show, for being here, for following, for liking, for doing all that. If you want trades like this, if you want updates that are cool, I actually wanted to tweet today and I said the solution for Iran is to launch a meme coin. Like, that's just the solution. Billions and billions of money, they can rug the whole thing, no one will care, no one will keep them accountable, you know. So anyway, so guys, if you want that, there's a link in the description to my X profile. Go and follow that. And truly appreciate every single one of you. Check out these 2 videos. Click here to subscribe. One of these is going to be a video on a 100x Club channel, which is my trading channel. Go and check that out. Guys, appreciate you. Take care. Have fun. And I believe I'll see you in the Telegram.